I feel like I'm losing my mind. Is everybody in the world blind? Please, Lord, give me a sign, a sign.
Hey guys, so I thought I'd do something a little bit different today and do a story time. Now, back when I had my older YouTube channels and didn't even care if I kept the channels going and then maybe even deleted them after, I did tell story times. And I just voiced my thoughts a lot of the time. A lot. It was before I even did reactions, but now that I have got a few subscribers, I thought, more than 2 or 3, I thought I would do a story time. Women, this is more for women, but if you want to hear it and you're a guy, you can listen if you like. This can affect your hormones. Don't do it. Don't just blindly take something unless you know what's in it and who makes it. And yeah. So before keto, I remember this week clearly because the same week I was going in for my first ever appointment with a employment counselor. Now, for maybe some new subscribers, I'm blind, have been blind since birth, so I just do screen recordings and just keep my phone on a certain screen or whatever. I don't show myself. I need help otherwise, and I just don't. Anyway, but yeah, so I have been blind since birth, so I do, invest my time in some services, right? Well, one of them was an employment counseling service. Now, this was back even before I knew about keto, thought about keto. My mom, I think, tried it that same year, but that was later. But anyway, I remember that same week, I was starting these new supplements that my aunt was pushing, basically. Yes. I'm going to say pushing because she's very, very pushy. She's probably the worst type. She's the type of salesperson that you're go away. Go away. It's that same person that comes knocking on your door. Hey, this is so-and-so from this such and such TV provider, an internet provider. We want to bring you fiber op that will bring you 2 gigabit downloads or whatever the heck. Anyways, she's like that. But before keto, I was not feeling good. My energy was not good. I was not sleeping good. I had restless legs, panic attacks, all that other stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'll take these. So my aunt gave me these different vitamins. They're all from the same company. There was a B complex and a B12. Oh, no, wait. B complex and multi. I think there might have been one other. I'm trying to remember. I think it was just the multi and the... I think one was called Vital E or something. They're from Shackley. Now, I don't know if any of you guys take Shackley, but I don't think I would recommend it. Because here's why. I took my first dose that week, and I was supposed to start my period that same week. Never started. I was a perfectly normal weight for my period to work and for my hormones to function. Never started. Didn't even come the next week. I skipped my period that month. I had no hormonal changes, nothing. I think I had the PMS just before the period came around, and then the period never came. My lining never shed, and I don't even think I dropped an egg. I don't think any of that happened. Had nothing. Nothing. And I'm like, what the heck? Because up until that point, I had periods. Okay, I had regular periods for 7 years up to that point. Okay? 7 years. Regular. Maybe not on the exact dates each time, but pretty regular, right? 7 years, never skipped a beat. It was always at least once every month. And fairly consistent too. 5 to 7 days. Light to medium on some days, a little bit heavy on other days, and normal heavy, like, it wasn't anything too concerning. Like, it wouldn't be like, whoa, gotta change every hour. You know what I mean? It was normal. Like, so, I'm like, why did I skip my period? The only thing I did differently was start taking these vitamins. That's the only thing I did different. I stopped them. When I realized my period wasn't going to come, I stopped them. I didn't want to take them. My weight never changed. I never lost, and I never gained. I couldn't think of anything else. No one ever said you lost weight. No one ever said that. Nothing changed. It stunted my period. Like, it stopped everything. And I barely even took them for that long. I didn't want to continue them because I was afraid that if I continued them, that it would never come back. That I would be in a suspended... It wouldn't be menopause necessarily, but it would be similar to it, right? I don't know what you'd call it. But it was like my hormones went into some kind of suspension, right? Some kind of dormancy, and I wasn't going to have a period anymore. It was almost like a birth control. You know those ones that stop your period? That. And I'm like, I don't want that. I don't want it. I'm not going to take these if that's what they're going to do. So I stopped them. And then what do you know? After I stopped them, my period comes back. I didn't even take them that long, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to risk it. And plus the Vital E made me feel so sick for hours. They tell you to eat before you take it, but you take this thing and it literally foams up in your stomach, and I literally thought I was gonna throw the F up. I felt so horrible for hours after. I couldn't even imagine what that would have been like with food in my stomach. I couldn't even imagine. Didn't even want to think about it. I remember I would take them. I wouldn't take them on a completely empty stomach, but I would eat and then probably wait a little bit before I took them. Right? Blit. Ugh. And then I don't think it would have mattered either way if I took them on an empty stomach, completely empty, or if I took them on a, full stomach. or even halfway through. I wouldn't care. I wouldn't do it. I felt horrible. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this anymore. The B complex was a capsule. The Vitali's a chewable. They're kind of like a soft, citrus, lemony kind of sweet, sour, medicinal, weird flavor. I don't know how to describe it, but it has all the qualities. It tastes like something you would take for a cold. You know what I mean? Like that some of those cough drops they have out, like, I don't know. Like Buckley's meets friggin' neocitrin? I don't know. I don't even take cold medicines, so I wouldn't remember all the names. I only remember Buckley's, and that stuff made me cry. Buckley's meets Vicks and neocitrin or whatever it is. That's what it kind of tasted like. Probably some of the worst stuff you'll ever taste. But anyways, so yeah, guys, if you take Shackley, be careful, because you don't know what is in it. It could be messing with you and you might not even know. I told my aunt that did I tell my aunt? I can't even remember, but I know they stopped my period. I know they did, because I never skipped beforehand. My mom said, sometimes it is normal to skip. I'm like, I don't think it is. Come on. Really? No. The only time I think it's normal to skip is if you lose a whole bunch of weight. Which, when I was on keto, I lost all that weight, all that inflammation, and probably a little bit of fat in the beginning too, because my body was like, wait. And it probably lost a bunch of fat around like the organ, because I probably had some fat around my organs. I was probably a skinny fat. I lost all that fat, and my body was like, okay, we need to heal up a little bit. So I lost my period. The first month, almost nothing. Second month, little tiny droplets of stuff going on, like some spotting here and there. The third month in was a little bit more, and then the fourth month was pretty much back to normal. Yep. So it came back. It took its time. I wasn't concerned. It took its time. And yeah, I never skip, and I never have, other than those few times. Okay, guys? So look, take great caution. Like, Shackley is supposedly supposed to, have good, like, But I also heard it was a scam. It's a scam. Like, yeah. I mean, so take any kind of supplement company with a grain of salt, because you don't know what they're putting into it. It could be a perfectly healthy, bioavailable supplement, but you don't know what else they're putting in there. And having lost my period, like shortly after taking starting the frequent consumption of those supplements, yeah, no. And the nausea certainly wasn't worth it. I'm like, I'm losing my period here, and I want to have kids in my future. No, this is not gonna happen. This is not gonna happen. I'm not gonna accept a basic birth control induced. Yeah, it's like birth control, and no, nope, nothing worked after that for like a month. All right. Well, I hope you found this interesting little change of a video. I wanted to do a what I eat in a day reaction to some vegans, but there was one in particular I wanted to do a reaction to, but she doesn't upload very regularly, and B, she doesn't do what I eat in a day. Yeah. So vegans, you better watch what's in your supplements too, because you're more at risk of something like this. You are. You are more at risk for something like this because you take lab created crap. So you're at a higher risk for something like this happening. Don't do it. Oh, and by the way, bioavailable nutrition is that much more important. If you really don't, look, this will really help you put things into perspective. Bioavailable nutrition is very important. So stop consuming the junk, especially your stupid soy. Get that out of you. Like, no one needs that crap. And that's, I think, what made me lose my period was also because I was consuming stuff with soy in it, stuff with, gluten and corn syrups and all that crazy crap, right? Well, I only eat, usually if I have a birthday cake, it's usually when there's chocolate in it. I'll only have that during that time, and then that'll be it. But after that, I'm done eating the birthday cake. I'm only going to have that one little bit, and then I'm done. Okay, guys? So stop with your, don't take these supplements unless you know what you're doing. Vegans, look at the ingredients and... but that means you're telling people to be orthorexic. I hate the term orthorexia. I hate it. We should care about what's in our food. You really think that we shouldn't care? I think orthorexia should only apply to people who undereat and are self-conscious about how much calories, because it's not about calories, it's about nutrition. Are you getting enough nutrition? Because if not, then that's where the problem is. Calories don't work. You can't do it that way. It's about how much nutrition you're getting. And stomach issues and depression and anxiety and all this stuff, it's different from nutrient. It's different from just, your typical orthorexia. I don't have food fear because of, I'm afraid I'm going to die or something. Or that I'm hurting somebody by eating it. My food fears come from a stomach, like digestive issues. Those are hard to beat. You can't, some days are just really, really bad, and there's nothing I can really do to help myself feel better. So that is why I'm very careful and cautious. Do I completely avoid the food? No. So again, I'm not orthorexic. I'm sick and tired of people calling carnivore disorder. I know I'm not talking about story times anymore, but I am sick and tired of it. Please stop calling carnivore people orthorexic. Stop calling us, you have an eating disorder. You have an eating disorder because you restrict so much. You have an eating disorder. Maybe I have to restrict because, I don't know, have you heard of irritable bowel? Have you heard of what is it called? Crohn's? Have you heard of colitis? Have you heard of, darn it, I keep forgetting the name of that. Have you ever heard of, it has itis in the name. Not gastritis. It's with the colon. I said colitis. Anyways, guys, I hope you found my story time interesting. I hope this makes you hyper aware now. And women out there, if you just suddenly lost your period after adding something into your diet, please take this into consideration. All right, guys, later.